right, hallelujah. Welcome to today's Sabbath Bible study. We are going to be looking at some scriptures about how we as women are to carry ourselves. This is for this Bible study is for married women as well as single. Also, young ladies, you are able to glean from this Bible study today as well. So we are going to be starting from the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. And this is going to explain the purpose of Proverbs and why it is necessary for us to have wisdom in our lives. So we are going to begin. The Proverbs chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase in learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. So that is the reason why it's important to have the purpose of Proverbs to know wisdom and instruction. So wisdom also instructs us, and it also gives it's also understanding for us, so that and wisdom helps us make the right choices, so we won't make the wrong ones. Okay, so we are now going to go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, and we're going to look at verses 9, 10, and 11. Verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. So as we see in verse 10, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So let's look at that word. I looked up that word fear. And let's see, where is it? Okay, fearing God is a specific sense of respect, awe, and submission. To fear divine judgment, hell, or God's omnipotence. So that's what the fear of the Lord is. That's having like a deep respect for him and reverence of him and his judgments as well. Because we recognize who he is. You know, they'll just say, oh, he's a God of love, love, love. But this also lets us know that he's a God of judgment as well. Yes, he loves us, but then he also, like when we are wrong, he chastises us. So that lets us know that he's a God of judgment as well. And then it says, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So meaning the righteous, they should have, they words should be words of wisdom and knowledge. And understanding. Okay, so we're going to look at verse 13 now. Hallelujah. Says, a foolish woman is clamorous. I didn't look up that word clamorous. Let's see what the word clamorous means. A foolish woman is clamorous. I usually look up the words. Phosphorus, clamorous, blatant, strident, boisterous, obstreperous, mean, so loud or insistent as to compel attention. That's what clamorous means. Let's see what it says in the dictionary, the King James Version, clamorous in the 1611. It says a great outcry, noise, exclamation, vociferation made by a loud human voice, continued or repeated, or by a multitude of voices. It often expresses complaint and urgent demand. 2. Figuratively, loud and continued noise as of a river or other inanimate things. So as we can see, clamorous meaning somebody that's loud. If they say something and it draws attention, from how loud they are, it draws attention, and it's something that's repeatedly done. Just loud. That's what it says. A foolish woman is clamorous. So that lets us know that the woman, what she is doing is foolish. Because she's very loud, and then she's drawing attention to herself, and then it says it's outcries, and it's something repeatedly done. That means it's done all the time, or they'll just keep repeating it, what they do all the time. So that's being foolish. It says, she is simple and knoweth nothing. So she don't know anything either. Because a common sense would tell you not to do that. For she sitteth at the door of her house on a seat in the high places of the city to call passengers who go right on their ways. So can you imagine somebody walking down the street and then you got a woman sitting there just yelling out, hey, come here, come over here. You know what I mean? Hello, hi, that kind of thing. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she said to him, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. So saying if you do something and nobody don't know about it, then it's okay. That's what she's saying. Because she said, stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. How can it be secret? I mean, how can it be pleasant and it's wrong? There's nothing pleasant about that, because yeah, and then he don't have no understanding. So of course he gonna go right along with it because it sounds good to him.
Well, it goes back to Adam and Eve. What he did. And with whatever was going on.
Yep. And then she said, and then it says in verse 18, but he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. Mm. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. Anybody that go in there is taking a risk. Because this woman here, the way that her lifestyle is, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Because she making what sound good, sound bad sound good. I mean, making what's bad sound good. And you don't know what you're getting yourself into once you go in there. How you know you're going to make it back out of there? Because what she say sound good to you at that time. It is telling you that she's foolish. How you know you ain't going to go in there healthy and come back out unhealthy? How you know it ain't somebody standing there waiting for you to come in so they can do something to you and then push you out the door? You don't know. You don't know. Going there, her husband might come knock on the door. No. Her husband might come stick the key in the door and you in there. I mean, the same thing for women. We're not just going to just be stuck on the men. Oh, I forgot, this for the women too. So you in there with a married man, and then the husband come home. No, the wife come home, and you in there with them. That ain't gonna turn out good at all. It never does. All right, hallelujah. So we're gonna look at 1 Corinthians chapter 7. But that's what she does, a foolish woman. All right. So now we're going to be going into 1 Corinthians chapter 7. And this is based on marriage. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. So that's perfectly simple to understand. If you can't avoid a thing, then marry that person. And that way, when you lie down in the bed, it will be undefiled. That means it'll be right. It'll be holy in the eyesight of God. And then you have your own husband, so that, it'll be right. That's the right thing to do. not messing around with someone else's spouse or a boyfriend or whatever. I mean, when you have your own, when you're married to your own husband or wife, then that person belongs to you. Y'all are one. I mean, it's righteous in the eyesight of God. Verse 3, let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband. So I looked at that word, what benevolence means. Let me find it at. I know I looked it up. Where did I put it? Oh Lord, I know I looked it up.